Hi, how are you? Hope you all are fine. Welcome to Easy Learning Lab. So, before 4 or 5 days back, we had started one series for C and C++ together, and today is our third session for this series. So, for today's agenda is first of all, we will discuss about our previous sessions. We will revise our previous sessions that we had done before, just a little bit, and after that we will discuss the previous session question that I had asked from you, that what do you mean by literal or constant, or describe the difference between literal and constants, right? So after that we will discuss about printf and scanf function, which is the part of stdio.h that we already discussed, right? And after that we will discuss about cout and c in streams, right? These are the streams. And after that we will write a program to add and subtract four numbers using printf and scanf, right? We will also see the use of printf and scanf, or c in and c out use as well, right? And in last I will ask you again one question, right? And whatever the question in this session I will ask from you, that we will discuss in the session 4, because questions make us this sessions interactive, right? So the question I will ask you, please search it from Google, or whether from read it from books or from different sources. Just read it once, and after that we will discuss, right? So in the previous sessions we already go with the two sessions. In the first session we discussed about our basic structure, how to write the program in C and C++. And in the basic structure we discussed about preprocessor directives, about the header files, and about the main function, right? And you already know preprocessor directives are the directives which gives the information or message to the compiler that this particular file is going to include, right? And header files are the files which contain the logical related predefined function in it, right? And in the last is main function. Main function is the mandatory function, and execution starts from here, right? Just focus on my words again. I am saying execution starts from main function, not compilation, not compilation, right? As I told you before in the previous sessions as well, if you are new, please go and check session 1 and session 2. This will makes you easy and helps you to understand about the compilation and the execution exactly, right? And in the session 2 we had discussed about the data types and the variables. Now we know what do you mean by data types. Now we know what are the variables, or what do you mean by the variables, right? So what is data types? Which tells us the type, range, and memory of the data, right? So this also we had discussed that how many and what type of data types are used in C or in C++. Just go in the previous videos. I will also give the link in the description box as well, right? And then we had discussed about the variables, And what do you mean by variables? Whose values varies. These are the basically name to the memory location where the literal stores, where the fixed value stores, right? Clear? And also we had discussed the assignment of the variable, declaration of the variable, and initialization as well. And what is initialization? What do you mean by initialization? Initialization means when we assign the value to the variable at the time of the declaration, right? This we had discussed before in the second session, right? So just go there. If you are new, just go to the previous session. Link is in the description box. Please go there and check the videos. You will get the idea as well, right? So as per our third session, first we will discuss about the difference between constants and the literals, right? What do you mean by constant and what do you mean by literals, right? So as the name suggests, constant means whose values never change, fixed, remains fixed, right? Constants are always fixed, values never change, never ever change throughout the program. In the whole program you cannot able to change the value for that particular constant variable, right? Clear? And what do you mean by literals? Literals are just the value that is assigned to the variable or may be used in any expression, right? Constants are fixed variables basically, right? And literals are those which basically assigned to the value that is assigned to the variables or may be used in the expressions, right? I will also let you know with the example as well, right? So like if you declare int a, right? This is your value, this is your declaration of the variable, right? And after that this is the variable, right? And you give it this variable a value 5. This is called the initialization. Now when you write the const keyword before the data type, then this makes it constant. Now this is the constant. Now in this 5 is the literal, right? 5 is the literal. This is the literal. And this is the constant value for a. You never able to change throughout the program, right? Clear? So const is the keyword which helps you to make the constant variable, right? And there is one more thing, that is the preprocessor directive we can use, and we will discuss in the later on tutorial when we will discuss about the complete preprocessor topic, right? As I told you in the session 1, we will discuss the complete tutorial for the preprocessor as well. So we will shortly discuss about the preprocessor directives. So just till now you just remember, constants are those whose values is fixed, you cannot able to change throughout the program, right? Now you're clear? So just see, constant remains same in whole program, use const keyword, right? We use const keyword, and then like const data type variable name. For example, const int a is equal to 2. Now int a variable is the constant here. A variable is the constant. You cannot able to change a throughout the program, right? You cannot able to change the value for it, right? And 2 is the literal. 2 is the literal, right? So literals are the value that is assigned to the variable or used in the expression. Like for example, sometimes you might see c is equal to a plus 5, right? You might see c is equal to a plus 5. Then here 5 is the 5 this 5 is the literal, right? These two are the variables. We can change the value of c, but if we use this a, then we cannot able to change the value of a. But if we take int a only, then we can change, right? Clear? So these are the constants and the literals, right? Now you are clear about the constants and the literals, right? If you have any doubt, please comment below, so that I will get that you have a doubt and we will discuss this topic again, right? Do not hesitate and do not cram anything. If you do not understand anything, please comment below, right? Or otherwise, if you do not want to comment below, then please send me the message on Facebook. There is a easy learning lab Facebook profile also, and as well as Instagram profile also. You can send me the message there. I will surely reply you back. Maybe I will reply you 2 or 3 days. I will take 2 or 3 days to reply you back, but surely I will reply you, right? If you have any doubt, right? So after that, our next topic is printf and scanf, right? But before discussing printf and scanf, I want to clear you about something about address, right? Something about addresses. Why this is so, you will get sooner. You will get to know sooner, right? So what do you mean by there is one address of operator? I think you have heard about this address of operator. There is one address of operator, address of operator in C or C++. Just basically you see in the pointers as well. If you heard about pointers, then you also heard when you use the pointers. So that address of operator is like this type of thing. This is your address of operator. Some people call it as ampersand as well, ampersand sign or and sign, right? But this is the ampersand or address of operator, right? This basically represents your address. This basically represent your address of the memory, right? Just whenever you think about the memory, just think like this. For example, this is the complete memory and there are some boxes for this memory. So it's like that, like this, okay, and this. So I'm going to create here a memory blocks, right? Just think this is the memory. Actual memory in the PC is not like this. This is just I'm going to create to understand, to give you the examples, right, so that you can understand easily, right? But this kind of memory only the we are just imagining, right? We just imagine that this kind of a memory is there, right? So like as I told you, if we take int a, then somewhere in the memory, somewhere in the memory, for example, it occupies this memory area, it occupies this memory area, right? It reserve this memory area. When you declare int a, it reserve this memory area and give this memory area as name a, right? This memory area as name a, right? And when you assign the value to a equal to 5, for example, then it gives the value, it assigns the value, there is some garbage value, there must be a garbage value inside a, right? So it replaces the garbage value and then write the 5 here. Now the value of a is 5, right? So you, in the program, what you will do, you just call that particular memory by using the variable name, right? You use a wherever you want to use 5, you just write a there, right? So you never use the address of that memory, you never use the address of that memory, right? But sometimes we need the address, sometimes we need the address to find that memory, right? Because a represent, if you write a, simply a, if you write this a, simply a in the program, then this means you are representing a value, right? Just focus on my words. I told you that if you want to use 5 in the program, 5 is the value, right? If you want to use 5 in the program, you just write a, right? That means when you write a, it gives you the value 5, not the address. But sometimes we need to use address. For example, I am just taking here a dummy example, right? I'm just taking here a dummy example. So I'm just giving this particular area as a dummy address. Like for example, the address of this area is 1200. This is just an example, this is not the particular address, right? This is just a dummy example, so that I am able to, so that you can understand, or I am able to give you the good example for this, right? So this is the memory area that I am using, right? The name of this memory area is a, but if I call this memory area with the name, that it gives me the value, right? But now I want to use this 1200, because this 1200 is the name of this memory, this is the memory location 1200. For example, this is the 1200, right? So I want to use this 1200, I want to go at the location of the 1200, right? So how I find? So to do this, we use the address of operator. If I write address of a, then it represents to the value, it gives me the value equal to 1200, right? If I write a, then it gives me the value 5. But if I write ampersand a, that means address of a, then it gives me the value it gives me the value 1200. It represents to this memory location. A does not represent the memory location. This just represent the value. This just represent the value, not the memory location, right? Address of A represent the memory location. Clear? For example, you are using float z equal to 2.6 or somewhere in the memory. For example, this memory is going to use by the program, so computer reserve this memory for you, and now the name of this memory is z, and then after that the value of this particular memory area is 2.6, right? And the address of this particular area is 1139. I'm just giving the dummy address here, right? 1139. So if I want to use the value, then I write z somewhere in the program and it returns me the value 2.6. I am sorry, my writing is very bad. My drawing is very bad, right? So the value of z is 2.6. It gives me the value 2.6, right? If I use z, right? If I use address of z, then what it returns? It returns me 1139, right? And this is just a dummy address. The actual address is not like that, right? So now you are getting my point. To use the address, we use the ampersand, right? So now whenever you want to print anything, you just want to print a value of the variable. You do not want to print the address. If you want to print the address, just use address of operator with the variable name, right? If you want to print the address, then use address of operator with the variable name, right? So in the print, we mainly print the values of the variable, so we never use address of operator in the printf, right? But if there is a requirement, then we can use address of operator in the printf as well, right? Clear? Or for the printf. Now when we talk about the scanf, we always use address of operator, because that time we are scanning the value for the particular address, for the particular location. We are scanning the value for the particular location whose name is A or whose name is B, right? Clear? So we scan the value for that, right? So that's why now we just discuss some theory also. Printf and scanf both are the part of stdio.h, right? As I told you, these both are the predefined functions and these are the standard functions. That's why these are the part of the standard library. Std means standard, io means input, I means input and o means output, .h means header file, stdio.h header file, and printf is the output function, scanf is the input function. and we use the format specifiers like %d, %f, %lf, %c, right, to print the variable in printf and to scan the variable in the scanf, right? For scanf we scan the variables, for printf we print the variables, right? So printf, like, sorry, %d is for integer, %f is for float, %lf is for double, %c is for character, right? Discussed na, we discussed before in the second session as well, right? So to print the value of the variable in printf we cannot use address of operator, because here we are just printing the value, right? And to scan the value of the variable we have to use address of operator in the scanf, right? So just I am going to give you example here one. For example, you are just taking here int a and you want to print this value, you want to print this value, right? So how you can print this, how you can print this? First of all, you will assign this a value, you will assign a value to a, right? So somewhere in the memory, right, somewhere in the memory there is a name a to the particular location and 5 is the value in that particular memory, right? So now I want to print it. So printf, I'm just going to give you here a string so that that string prints before or after, wherever you want to print, right? If you want to print value before, then you just write value. If you want to print something else here, the value of a is whatever the string you want to print, or as per your requirement, just write the string here. And what is %d, because here I just want to print the value of value of variable. A is a variable, I want to print the value here, I want to print the value. As I told you, to print the value, right, we use specifiers to print variables. To print variables we use the specifier. So %d, right? Now string closed and then comma. This comma is important because this is the first parameter and the next second argument is this %d is for a. After that there is another %d is there? No, there is no other format specifier, there is only one specifier, so that after comma I just mention only one variable that I am going to print here, right, or that I want to print, right? Clear? And then close and then semicolon or termination of the line, right? Clear? So this is the printf. Now you are clear? Now I want to, if there is a variable int z and I want to scan this variable, then how I write scanf? Now I just want to scan, so there is no need of string in the scanf. Percent, what type of variable this is? %d, that means this is the integer type, and then comma. Now a, whether this scans? No, we have to go to the address of this a we have to go to the memory location where the name is A and then enter the value of integer type. Scan the value of integer type at that particular location, right? So this is how we use scanf, right? Like if I want to scan two numbers at a one time, then what we do, like for example there is int d and f, sorry, d comma f, or float d comma f. I'm just taking here float now, d and f. Now I want to print it, sorry, I want to scan it, then scanf percent in double quotes. First one is percent float f, right? I just taking here d as a float and this is as a integer. First I want to read float, and then after that I want to read percent f, right? First of all I want to scan percent f value, and after that I want to scan percent d value. D means integer value, right? Integer value. Clear? So this is how we scan, and after that we write comma. First percent f is for address of d, and comma, again comma. The second percent d is for address of f, and then semicolon, and then semicolon, right? This is for integers, float, character, double, right? You scan anything. Now I want to print it, so printf, I just want to print only in float value, then value for float variable d is equal, I just want to show it like this type of string, then it's up to you. And then only f, oh sorry, only d or address of d, only d. Clear? Now you are clear? Clear? So this is our printf and scanf. After that we will discuss now about the C in and C out. C in is the common input stream, C out is the common output stream. As I told you, these are the streams. There is no need of the format specifier. We had discussed also in session 2 that C out do not need format specifiers, right? About C out. So same as it is in C in, right? And if we want to scan C in, like for example int a, you know, in C++, if you want to scan it, then use scanf percent %d address of a. This is how you scan. And if you want to print, then printf a is equal to percent %d, and then a. This gives us the output. Your output will be here, your output will be a is equal to, sorry, your output will be, your cursor is blinking like this, your cursor will be blinking like this, at the output screen. For example, this is your output area, right? Your cursor will blink like this, right? So what we have to do here? Here we know that we have to scan the value, right? That's why sometimes you see before print scanf there is some string written, that is to give the command that what we have to do, right? That is only to give the command. So just write, I'm just writing here enter a, right? So now when my output screen will open, that means you execute your code, then it shows me enter a like this, and your cursor is blinking here. Before that your cursor is not blinking like this, your cursor was blinking just like this. If you never give this printf, if you never give this printf, then your cursor will blink at the output screen like this. You are the developer, you know what you want to do here, you just write the value here, right? But normal user do not know. So that's why what we did here is, mostly you see here is one, just the string is given that guides you what you have to do. So when you open this, your output screen, after execution your output screen will appear, it shows like this, your cursor will blink like this after printf this, right? Now you give the value because it's asking you the value. This particular means this wants you enter something here, like for example I am just entering here 7. If I will enter here 7, then it gives you the output a is equal to 7. This is automatically print. When you print 7 here and press enter, this will print. This will print and this will be your output, right? So now in C++, if you write int a, now you want to scan, then what you do? C in just 2 angle brackets, right? We call it as the extraction operator or exertion operator, whatever you want to say. Extraction, actually extraction word is easy, so just use extraction. This is the extraction operator. When we include these two, this is the extraction operator. So then a, just that's it. See how much simple this is. And now I want to print a, so cout a. If you want to give string before this, then like write like this, as I told you before. This is the string like this, and then %d. For %d, this is the direct variable here, right? You cannot print like this, you have to print the extraction operator, right? These are the multiple extraction operator you are, these are the insertion. This is the insertion operator, this is the extraction operator. You are using multiple insertion operators here in the cout. Clear? Now for this, to give the command cout like this, enter a is equal to, and then comma, this gives me output like this, same, this gives me output like this, the same output. This gives me this, and then this helps me to scan this 7, right? this 7, right? This is goes to there, right? And this will print this, right? Clear? Now you are clear. Now you know see how to C in and C out works, how printf and scanf works, right? Clear? So our next is the theoretical part. C in is the standard input stream, C out is the standard output stream. This is used for the input, this is used for the output, this use the extraction operator, and this use the insertion operator. We do not need to use format specifiers in C out and C in, because C is very intelligent. CPP is much more intelligent than C, right? C is intelligent, but CPP is much more intelligent than C, right? So C out uses the insertion operator and C in uses the extraction operator, right? Clear? Just one more thing I just want to clear here. Like if there is int x and y, right, or int x or float y, then how we scan? You just write C in x and then y. 2 times here you are using extraction operator. First is helps us to scanning x, and the second one is helps us to scanning y. Clear? This is how we scan multiple values, multiple variables, right, in C++. Clear? Now you're clear. So next topic, write a program to add and subtract 4 numbers, right? So we will write one program in C and C++ both. So first we write the program in C. So in this box we write the program C, and in this box we will write the program CPP, right? So first of all we save, right? So we give the name to the file. Here I'm going to give you the add underscore sub.c and add underscore sub.cpp. First of all, please make your habit that whenever you going to write the program now, then always save the file before writing anything. Always. This is the good programming practice, right? But if you don't want to save, then it's your wish, right? This is not recommendation, but this is just a good programming practice, right? So now what I want to do here is I want to print a number. So first of all, I just declare here a void main, right? And then parenthesis start and then close. In between these two parentheses I am going to write the program for 4 numbers. Just read this carefully. I am just saying here 4 numbers. Numbers means number may be float, may be double, may be decimal number, or maybe without decimal. Maybe user will give 1 only, or maybe user will give 2.0 or 2.6 or 2.8. So here I am just using numbers, not integer. So I am taking here is float number 1, number 2, number 3 and number 4. It's up to you, whatever the variable you want to take. 4 variables I have declared, right? After that you want to scan the variables. So to scan the variables. How you scan the variables in C? You just write scanf. I want to scan first %f and then %f and then %f and then %f. There are 4 %f, right? If you want to scan with the different scanf, then it's up to you. Like for example, I want to scan first n1 only, then just write scanf %f scanf in double quotes, write %f comma n1, but before n1 there is address of operator, right? This must be there in scanf. Do not forget address of operator, right, while you are scanning any variable in the C, right? Semicolon. Clear? Now after that I want to scan the other numbers as well. So scanf, I'm just changing the color here, scanf double quotes, in the double quotes %f, again %f, again %f. If there is a number %d, then you can write %d here, right? And then next is n2 and comma n3 comma n4, right? Address of correct. Now this is correct. Semicolon. Now I want to, what I want to do here is I want to add the two numbers. Two numbers or four numbers? Four numbers. So I'm just taking here a sum variable, sum, just changing the color, right? So I'm just taking this color now. So sum is equals to n1 plus n2 plus n3 plus n4. Now the result is in sum, so just print f, whatever you want to print. I want to print like first of all I want to print like sum is equal to %f, right? Here we print address of sum or sum only, right? If I use slash n here, then this means after the variable value, after the value there is enter, there will be enter, right? After that I also want to print one more time printf, like sum of %f plus %f plus %f plus %f is equal to %f, right? This %f is for n1, n2, n3, n4 and then sum, right? So n1 comma n2 comma n3 comma n4 comma sum. Now you are clear? Now you are clear? Now you have a basic idea now, right? Clear? Now when I go to the output, then what it will show? It just show me the blank cursor as I saw you in the previous few minutes before now, that so I have to give here a guidance string. I have to print a guidance string. So to print a guidance string, just write I'm just changing the color here. Printf enter number 1 or enter first number, whatever you want to write, right? And then equal to, and then this, and then this, and then this. After that, same here, I just want to here write printf enter 3 numbers, right? Just for a guidance, sake of guidance only. If you want to print number n1 n2 n3 n4 n4, it's up to you, right? This is just for a guidance only, right? Now this is it, clear? First I have declared here a float numbers n1 n2 n3 and n4, 4 numbers, and sum is for answer, for result, and then we have just print here this line for guidance purpose, and then scan the n1, and then again 3 numbers, this is the just a guidance string, and then 3 numbers, and then sum, add these 4 numbers and assign it into the sum, and then print the sum with the 2 variations, right? Clear? So what will be your output? Now your output will be like this. First of all, sum, there is space, and then sum, and then space. F means, like here, for example, first of all they just ask you enter first number. Now you just have to enter only one number here, like for example I have entered 2 here. I know this is a float number, but you can give 2. It's up to user. If you want to give 2.2, then it's your wish, because this is up to user. User can give any number, whether in positive or negative, right? After that, this is complete. You scan, you enter the 2, you give the 2, and then press enter. This scanf completes. After that, control come to this, and this prints enter 3 numbers. Now I know here this asks me the 3 numbers, then right, then I give 3, and then enter, and then 6, and then enter, and then 7, right? After that enter. I will press enter. When you enter, press enter here, or 7 point, for example 2. When you press enter here, 1.0, 1, and then 1, right? Now my answer will be 5.0, right? So it will print like this. Okay, and then sum, this will perform. When you press enter, this will go to this and perform, and then assign result assigned to the sum, and then print sum is equal to %f. %f means float number. Float is equals to, this is sum, here it is going to print sum, then sum is 5.0, and then after that the second, there is enter, there is enter, this will print this automatically. When you press enter, this automatically print this, and after that this sum of 2 plus 1.0, but this how it prints 2.0, 1.0, right, and then 1.0, because this is float, right, that's why 1.0 is equals to %f, that means 5.0, and there is no answer, there is no enter after this %f. After this %f there is no enter, so cursor is just blinking here and the output. Now you're clear. Now I want to, there is one thing missing in this output. No, sorry, in this program there is one thing missing. What is that? Here I have not entered the header file. So hash include, I have to enter the header file. Which header file? Can I include conio or stdio? Which one? Stdio. Why? Because here I am using printf and scanf, and both are the part of stdio.h. Clear? Now this program is complete and this will be your output, right? So next is in C++. If you write the same program in C++, then how you write? Void mean, and then here you are declaring a float number n1 comma n2 comma n3 comma n4. Now I am just giving here a guidance string cout, enter 4 numbers, right, and then semicolon cin n1 comma, not comma, this is extraction sign, n2 again extraction sign, n3 again extraction sign, n4, right. Now I want to sum is equal to n1 plus n2 plus n3 plus n4. After that I want to print it cout, right. I want to print it like this second one. So sum, this is string, sum of, and then space, this %f is the value, so close the string, and then again insertion operator, and what value I want to print here? N1, so N1. Again this plus is the, what is this plus? This is the string. Again N2. Again plus. This plus is the string, this f is the value, that's why value is not the part of double quotes, but string is the part of double quotes. N1, N2, and after that N3, and after that N4, right. Actually space problem here, so that's why, right. You cannot give space here, I am just giving the space because of the space here. There is less space now, that's why I am just giving the space here, but in actual programming you cannot give space here. And then I want to print after N4, N1, N2, N3, N4, after N4 I want to print equal to, So this is your equal to, and then after that I want to print %f again, and this %f is for your result, and your result is sum, and I have not taken sum here, so this will give me the error, right? In real programming you can do here, but this is the, you cannot able to edit here, or otherwise I have to delete this here, but so I'm just taking here. You can take also like this, right? So now when you print this, your output will be enter 4 numbers. You can give the numbers here like 2 1 2 1.1 1.2 or whatever you want to give. And now what will be your output? 6. So sum of 2 2.0 plus 1.0 plus 2.0 plus 1.0 is equals to 6.0, right? This will be your output. Now you are clear? Do you have any doubt? Maybe you are clear up to this, right? Clear? So if you have any doubt, please comment below. Please comment below, right? So we have done this program. Write a program to add and subtract two number. Like if you want to subtract, then just write here again, take here one more program, that is comma sub, and then write here sub is equal to n1 minus n2 minus n3 minus n4, and then print the result for subtraction, same as it is in float, sorry, same as it is in C++, right? So this is your add and subtraction. Oh, this is your question. What do you mean by backslash characters, right? We skipped that topic, right? So you just take a look about backslash character. After that, in the next session we will discuss, right, about the backslash characters. And thank you very much for watching this video. Hope you will like this video. If you like, please like the video, comment it, please give me your feedbacks. I really want your valuable feedbacks. Please give me your valuable feedback so that I can improve, right? Without your feedbacks I cannot improve myself, right? So please give me your feedbacks, whether it is negative, whether it is positive. Please give me, if you give me positive feedbacks, then this is the appreciation for me. If you give me the negative, I will improve myself, right? I know there is maybe sometimes voice problem, maybe some setup problem for you, you find, right? But I am actually arranging the setups right now, so I'm so sorry for that, right? So if you like the video, if you like the content, please like the video, subscribe the video, and share the video. Maybe this video helps other as well, and please hit the bell icon as well, right, so that you can get the notification when I upload any video, right? So thank you again very much. Thank you.